Hello, we are Javier,
Pablo, Jose.
and we are going to talk about basketball that we think that is the best sport in the world. Basketball is a sport played by two teams of 5 players on a rectangular court. The objective is to shoot a ball through a hole 46 centimeters in diameter and 3 meters high, mounted to a backboard at each end. Basketball is one of the world's most popular and widely valued sports. A team can score a field goal by shooting the ball through the basket during regular play. A field goal scores 2 points for the shooting team if a player is touching or closer to the basket than the 3-point line. And 3-point, known commonly as a three-pointer or three, if the player is behind the 3-point line. The team with the most points at the end of the game wins, but additional time, overtime, may be easy when the game ends with a draw. The ball can be advanced on the court by bouncing it while walking or running or throwing it to teammates. It is a violation to move without dribbling the ball, to carry it or to hold the ball with both hands, then resume dribbling.
In early December 1881, Canadian Dr. James Naismith, a physical education professor and instructor at the International Young Men's Christian Association Training School, YMCA, today Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts, was trying to keep the gym class active on a rainy day. He sought a vigorous indoor game to keep the students occupied and at proper level of fitness during the long New England winters. After rejecting other ideas, as either too rough or poorly suited to worldly gymnasiums, he wrote basic rules and nailed a pitch basket onto 10-foot, 3.05 meters elevated track. In contrast with modern basketball nets, this pitch basket retains its bottom, and balls have to be retrieved manually after each basket or point scored. This proved inefficient, however, so the bottom of the basket was removed, allowing the balls to be poked out with a long towel each time.
The NBA, National Basketball Association of the United States, is arguably the best league in the world. It was founded in 1949 and since then became one of the most successful sporting events, and there is no other national tournament that can compete with this league. 30 teams divided into two conferences, the Eastern and Western. The NBA has been known for having among its ranked the best players in the world, such as Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and currently Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. Also, in its infancy, and there were almost no foreign players currently active in this league, staff of different nationalities, including Spanish Pau Gasol, Manu Ginobili, Dirk Nowitzki, German, and Chinese Yao Ming.
The Spanish and Italian League. ACB League is considered the second best in the world. It was founded in 1983, and the basketball clubs and currently has 18 teams contesting the league and the Copa del Rey, but its high competitive level has put the National League as behind the Spanish League. Is the Lega Basket Serie A in Italy that, although in recent years have been stagnant, is still considered one of the best in the world. It was created in 1920 and now part of it 16 teams contesting the league title, the Italian Cup and Super Cup.
The Greek League and League Argentina. Then there is the Greek Basketball League, known as the A1 Ethniki. It was founded in 1927 and is one of the oldest in all Europe. Currently 14 teams competing in it and highlights Panathinaikos, which has won 31 times and has been a major player in European competition.
Finally is Argentina, known as the National Basket League, LNB, was created in 1984 and has been one of the fastest growing in recent years. From here, the players have come out that have integrated the Argentina team that finished second in the world and in 2002 won a gold medal in Athens in 2004 and bronze at the 2008 Olympic and some have migrated to the NBA and European leagues.
Now let's talk about the different basketball styles. First, let's start with the ball. Assist chopped. Assist strong chest. Pumper far. Assist baseball. Assist in the back.
After the shooting, one of the most difficult to perform currently, shot 3. Free kick. Jump shot. Entrance to car.
Finally, the boat goes change in the back. Switching between the legs. Change ahead. Reversal. And pivot. To be a good defender, you need to follow some guidelines. For example, bend legs, good for agility to take on the movement. Straight trunk to be look ahead. Open hands to possible depth. Leave a distance of 1 meter with the attacker, so we will not forward or set. Now we are going to talk about the position on basketball. First is the point guard, also known as the one, and he is typically the team best ball handler and passer. They are often quick and are able to hit shots either outside the 3 point and inside, largely depending on the player's skill level. And they are looked upon as the floor general or the coach on the floor, and they should study the game and game feel to be able to recognize the weakness of the defense and the strengths of their own offenses. And they are responsible for directing plays. Good point guards increase team efficiency and generally have a high number of assists. Point guards are often shooters or playmakers, and point guards to be a good at dribbling in the NBA usually range from 1.8 meters to 1.93 meters. The shooting guard is the next position. Is also known as the two. Is usually one of the team's most versatile players, being bulky like the forward, yet fast like the point guard. Of course, besides being able to shoot the ball, shooting guards tend to have a good ball handling skills and ability to drive the ball to the net, and often creating their own shoots of the dribble. A versatile shooting guard will have good passing skills, allowing him to assume point guard responsibilities. On defense, shooting guards are often tasked with defending the better player in the opposite team, and in the NBA, where shooting guards usually range about 1.91 meters to 2 meters, 0.01 meters.
Small forward. The small forward is known as the three. The small forward position is considered to be perhaps the most versatile of the main 5 basketball positions. Versatility is key for a small forward due to the nature of its role, which is sometimes similar to that of a power forward, but more often resembles the role of a shooting guard. Thus, the small forward and shooting guard positions are often interchangeable. Small forward should be able to do a little bit of everything on the court. Typical playing roles such as wingman, but also as point guard and defensive specialist. In the NBA, a small forward usually runs from 1.98 meters to 2.8 meters. Also known as the fourth position, the power forward play a role similar to that of the center, down in the post or low blocks. On offense, they are often the team's most versatile traveler, being able to score close to the basketball. Will also be able to shoot mid-range and jump shot from 12 to 18 feet from the basket. Most power forward tend to be more versatile than center, since they can be part of play, being that they are not always in the low block. In the NBA, power forward usually range from 2.3 meters to 2.13 meters.
Center. The center, also referred as the big man, the 5 or the pivot, usually plays near the basket, close to the basket, referred to as the low post. The center is usually a key player in the game of basketball. It is usually the tallest player on the floor. The center usually scores down low in the paint, near the basket, in the key, but some can be good perimeter shooters. When they are good perimeter shooters, they are called stretch big. They are typically skilled at gathering rebounds, contesting shoots, and setting screens on plays. The center position has been traditionally considered one of the most important positions, if not the most important. Players in the world such as Will Chamberlain, David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, Shaquille O'Neal, Yao Ming, and Dwight Howard, for example, were chosen with first overall picks due to their rarity on franchise centers. The scope of the position has transitioned from relatively slowest but much taller back to the basket. Players who would normally be classified as power forward but can dominate the position with their defensive skills or mismatch ability to shoot from the high post. This has been due to the lack of players possessing the combination of great skills and either height and durability. This has been matched by the development of more fast-paced and athletic basketball. Play the run and gun offenses of coaches call for less traditional center play and more up and down. The court style. In the NBA, centers are usually 2.8 meters or taller.
Bye bye, this is our video and we hope that you enjoy with the video.
Adiós.
Bye.